Yes, respected youngsters, welcome. Yes, salutations to you, wishes and prayers that this knowledge is helping you. Congratulations for being regular and my gratitudes. Then, because of you, some study of Shastras I am also able to do, by which the glory of our Shastras is coming to the cognition and the inspiration to live. That good life is also growing. Thank you, friends. Welcome. Today, two seven things. Kathopanishad learning, Valmiki Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, 100th Kachchith Sarga, Rama's teachings regarding Rajaneethi Dharma. When I say Rajaneethi Dharma, don't think it is too political. Oh, not interested, not required for me. No. राजनीति मीन्स राज्य में राजा प्रजा किस नीति से रहने से पूरा राजा प्रजा राज्य all of them grow, prosper and be happy. Don't get carried away by the word. Though I use it only to mention that is what is the topic. But every human being is a raja by himself, to himself and the world, isn't it? उस दृष्टि से भी सबको ये सीखना जरूरी है. Before that we see Geetha, Lord gives 7 practices for us to be qualified. By doing those practices, we get qualified for Tatpada Parimarganam. Then before that, Taittiriya Brahmana. Before that, our Sahanavatu Sankalpa. Common sense thought, सबसे पहले. Today's common sense thought is simple बेटा. वो ये है, just become listener. Okay, become the thinker. Through these two, become learner. Through that, become the knower. And use that knowledge to be a doer. Thus, in life, be an achiever. The first thing itself, if you are not ready, a listener, the big disease of the youth is they don't want to listen. A type of funny arrogance and ego, laziness, I know everything attitude, एक विचित्र डिसीज होता है, उसका कोई किताब में वर्णन नहीं होता. You can name it as youth disease. That it doesn't want to listen. मम्मा शुरू मत करो, पप्पा शुरू मत करो, स्वामी जी शुरू मत करो. So that glory, only that youth who is a listener and then who is a thinker, then who is a learner, therefore is a knower. Knower means knowledgeable. He alone can correctly do the things, thus become doer. The one who does things correctly, he alone becomes the achiever in life. So listen as to how to live in this world, what for. Listen as to how to live with your own sharira, prana, mana, upadhi, and what for. Also listen. The entire human life is for what? To evolve. Listen to it, no? Socho, thoda samjho. Then do that and achieve that. You know, let us not miss the beauty of our life by being a failure. We have to be an achiever. Achiever can't achieve without doing. And the doing is correct to achieve only when he is a knower, he is a knowledgeable person. A knowledgeable only can be a correct doer and a great achiever. And knowledgeable one, he is only when he is the learner. The learning happens when you are thinking. When you think, it becomes your knowledge. Thinking के लिए data चाहिए ना रे. सबसे पहले, then who is a thinker who can listen from the experienced people, from elders, from our shastras. Shastras are full of the experienced great saints and sages, their experiences, their words of advice coming out of their apara, krupa and karuna. So be as a youth, you as a youth, don't be a common youth of non-listener, then non-achiever. So be the listener and with the next in between 4 steps, be an achiever. Listener, thinker, learner, knower, doer, achiever. I wish you all the best. Only this much I want to say today. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोध श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्ति सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोवृद्धि अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्धानां निरंतर दिग्विजय राम मंदिरवत् समस्त मंदिर आश्रम पुण्यक्षेत्र विश्वविद्यालय पुनर्जीवित पुनर्प्राप्ति तेषु निरंतर साधना शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन धर्म प्रचार उपासना यज्ञादीनां द्वारा मोक्ष धर्म प्रपुरुषार्थानां व्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व संरक्षण पुरोवृद्ध्यर्थं समस्त युवानां संकल्पित सत्कर्म से दिग्विजय तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवतः गुरु शास्त्र सत्संग आध्यात्मिक साधना देश धर्म सनातन धर्म माता पितृ प्रति भक्ति प्राप्ति द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न अनेक कार्यक्रमाणां मध्ये शांति मंत्रोच्चारणं वेदपठनं गीताध्ययनं वाल्मीकि रामायण युद्धकांड शततम सर्गस्य अध्ययनं कच्चित् सर्गस्य राजनीति धर्म ज्ञानार्थं कठोपनिषदः अध्ययनम् अपारायणं वयं सर्वे मोक्षार्थं विश्वकल्याणार्थं पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं करिष्यामहे। संकल्प इज डन। ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। डन। Now the Vedic chanting. Om Atha Shri 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 Vedamatre Namaha Shri Krishna Yajurvediya Taittiriya Brahmanam Atha Chaturtha Prapatakaha Dvitiyashtakam. ओम अथ द्वितीयाष्टके चतुर्थप्रपाठकः अतः त्रिचत्वारिंशत् मन्त्रात् आरभ्य 6 minutes like every day 8 minutes okay. ओम वृषासो अगंशुः पवते हविष्मान् सोमः इन्द्रस्य भागरुतयुष्यतायुः समावृषाणं वृषभं कृणोतु प्रियं विशागं सर्ववीरगं सुवीरं कस्य वृषासुते स च नियुत्वान् वृषभोरणत रुद्रः सोमपीतये यस्ते शृङ्गवृषो न पात् प्रणपात् कुण्डपाय्यः न्यस्मिन् दध्र आवनः तगं सध्रीचीरूतयो वृष्णियानि पौगुस्यानि म्यूतस्सश्चुरिन्द्रं समुद्रन्न सिन्धव उक्तशुष्माः ऊरु व्यचसङ्गिर आविशन्ति इन्द्राय गिरो अनिशितसर्गाः अपः प्रैरयन् सगर्वस्य बुध्नात् यो अक्षेणेव चक्रियाशचेभिः विश्वक्तस्तम्भ पृथिवीमुतद्याम् अक्षोदयच्च वसा क्षामबुध्नं वार्णवात स्तवि शीभिरिन्द्रः दृढानौघ्नादुशमान ओजः अवाविनत्ककुभः पर्वतानाम् आनो अग्ने सुकेतुना रयिं विश्वायुपोषसं मार्धीकन्देहि जीवसे त्वगं सोममहेवगं त्वं यूनरुतायते दक्षं दधासि जीवसे रथं युञ्जते मरुतः शुभे सुगं सूरो न मित्रावरुणा गविष्ठीषु रजागंसि चित्रा विचरन्ति तन्यवः दिवस्सं राजा पयसान उक्षतं वाचगं सुमित्रावरुणा विरावतीम पर्जन्यश्चित्रां वदति त्विषीमतीम अभ्रावसतमरुत सुमायया द्यां वर्षयत वरुणामरेपसम् अयुक्तसप्त शुन्ध्युवः सूरोरथस्य न प्रियः ताभिर्याति स्वयुक्तिभिः वहिष्ठेभिर्विहरन्यासि तन्तुम् अपव्ययन्नसि तन्देववस्वः दविध्वतो रश्मय सूर्यस्य चर्मेवावाधुस्तमो अप्स्वन्तः पर्जन्याय प्रगायत दिवस्पुत्राय मीडुषे स नो यवसमिच्छतु अच्छावदतव सङ्गीर्भिराभिः स्तुहि पर्जन्यन्नमसा विवास कनिकद् कनिक्रदद्वृषभो जीरदानुः रेतो दधात्वोषधीषु गर्भम् यो गर्भमोषधीनां गवां कृणोत्यर्वतां पर्जन्यः पुरुषीणां तस्मा इदास्ये हविः जुहोता मधुमुत्तमम् इडान्नः संयतं करत तिस्रो यदग्ने शरदस्त्वामित शुचिङ्घृतेन शुचय सपर्यन्न नामानि चिद्दधिरे यज्ञियानि असूदयन्त तनुवः सुजाताः इन्द्रश्च नः शुनासीरौ इमं यज्ञं मिमिक्षितं गर्भं धत्तग्ग स्वस्तये ययोरिदं विश्वं भुवनमाविवेश ययोरानन्दो निहितो महश्च शुनासीरावृतुभिः संविधानौ इन्द्रवन्तौ हविरिदञ्जुषेताम् आघाये अग्निमिन्धते शृणन्ति बर्हिरानुषक् येषामिन्द्रो युवासखा अग्न इन्द्रश्च मेदिना हतो वृत्राण्यप्रति युवगं हि वृत्रहन्तमा याभ्यागं सुवरजयन्नग्र एव यावातस्तन्तु यावातस्ततुर्भुवनस्य मध्ये प्रचर्षणी वृषणा वज्रबाहो अग्नि इन्द्रावृत्रहणाहुवेवाम मन्त इन्द्रो गविष्टिषु तन्तुङ्गर्भगं सुजाता सखा सप्त च ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Friends, now we have to study Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. We have seen 4 mantras. Fifth one we have to thoroughly study today. What is given in first 2 mantras is with the vriksha as upamana or udaharana simile. The entire samsara vriksha is described as to how this creation has come up. We have taken sufficient time and explained 5 or 6 days every day. If you have come regularly and heard it, if not, go back to the classes 4 or 5 days back of Geetha, listen to that. So this is how the samsara world is in front of us and we are in the world. Then the second point we saw was in the third shloka, ki we are given 2 options. Be continuous in this samsara vriksha by doing lot of papa punya karma and getting their results in the form of birth and sukha dukkha bhoga in different shariras in different worlds. Put together is called samsara. One option. Other option is to recognize the substratum of this world, including us, and uniting with Him, identifying with Him. And that is a vast, infinite, birthless, changeless, deathless, blissful experience of being. That is called here as Tatpada. You can achieve that also as the second option. It is in front of you. Take your own time, think million times, take decision. If you have taken the decision to do the spiritual journey reach to the self, that being totally other than, apart from, opposite to this lifestyle of being in samsara, necessarily we have to 100% get out of it. Like when I have to go towards a southern direction, 100% have to turn away from the northern direction, because the north is totally opposite to the south. Same way, the path of goal of Paramatma Prapti and the path and goal of the worldly thing being totally opposite. If you have chosen the path of Paramatma Prapti, from this totally we have to turn away withdraw. The turning away withdrawal technically here is called as Chedanam. काट दो उसको. We asked how to do the Chedanam of this samsarika jivanam. Only one thing. Asanga shastrena. The sword is the sword of detachment. Okay. Now you and I as youngsters, you as youngster me, we have to contemplate on this point to a sufficient extent. Okay. Little data we give. You can involve in the world and worldliness as many millions of lives as you want. It is your choice. First of all, it is your life, your choice. You have full freedom. We are sorry if any one of us try to involve or do gustaki. It is yours. Okay, but please give an opportunity for us to say few things. Those few things are what? One, how much ever glorious, great in the world you achieve the achievements. Remember that they are not permanent, they are temporary. Second is they are endowed with lot of struggles. Third one, end result they give misery. Fourth one, be attentive. Any day the spiritual anubhuti is uncountable number of times, multiple times more blissful than this one. The fifth point is any day every of the individual, not simultaneously, one by one, have to mold their life towards spirituality only, for finally getting out of all struggles, finally getting out of all miseries, finally getting into struggleless, miseryless, endless bliss and beatitude. These six datas you keep in your mind, ponder over it, and whenever you start becoming viveki and get fed up of these struggles, little happinesses, more miseries, thereby get bound by so many things in the world. When you get rid of them, at that time, if you really want to improve yourself, take yourself to a better direction, see, this is always available to you. है ना? The God Guru Shastra, givers of moksha, just wait outside our own door with infinite patience for thousands of our life where we are living the worldly life. They don't involve into us and they never force us, they never compel us, they don't even suggest also. They wait. You and I only, when we get suffocated by this samsaric life, want to get freedom from it, then open the door. Then they say, that too we ask them, can you guide us? Will you guide us? They say, oh, why not? We are waiting for it. What fees you take? Zero. What recognition we want? Zero. What do you expect from us? Nothing, including your gratitudes to us. You are using this knowledge, you are growing, even that also we don't expect, even that we leave it to you, not with any sad feeling, bad feeling कि इनको तो हमने इतना ज्ञान सुनाया, ये लोग उसको यूज नहीं कर रहे, चल इसको छोड़ देते हैं. No, even that ill feeling iota also we don't have. That's because we have so much love for you. In that love we give you the best of the wisdom and we give you the total freedom. That's the glory of Guru and Shastra, Paramatma. Best of the wisdom is the wisdom for moksha that's given. टोटल फ्रीडम गिवन बेटा, तुमको बंधन के ही मार्ग में जाना है, मिलियन लाइव्स गो. No, you want to get out of it, it is again your choice, your effort. And while walking the spiritual path of liberation, in between, for any of the reasons, if you want to leave it halfway, again want to go back to the samsara, again we leave it to you. We don't compel you by any compulsions. Neither we talk emotional, nor we sympathize, nor we compel. None of the things we do to obstruct you. That is a sign of the ultimate love. That love is called divinity. Prema. Divine love is this, where best is given but zero bondage, 100% freedom. That is Hinduism. That is Sanatana Dharma. We give you million shastras, we have millions of gurus, thousands of sadhanas, paths, but we never compel you, neither we convert you. Any compeller and converter finally will have to, that where there is no compulsion and conviction. Therefore all of them have to come back to Hinduism only. Hindus, anywhere they go, they have to come back, because here only the best of the knowledge for moksha is given, 100% of freedom is given. So we are talking all this under the subheading of asanga shastrena drudena chitva. You want to live the worldly life, live as long as you want, as many millions of lives as you want, but keep in your heart those 5 6 points which we said. And any day you find this is boring, heavy, not real, not permanent, then we are here available for guiding you for moksha marga. Okay. Now, having done this one, asanga shastrena dridena chitva, then what to do for moksha? Tataha, we have seen tat padam paritaha margitavyam. You must now start focusing in seeking the Paramatma and the path for Paramatma. That's called as tat pada parimarganam, searching the tat pada. Yesterday we explained what is the Tatpada and all that, and why we have to reach to that Tatpada Paramatma. Because Yasmin Gataha, once we reach to that state of our identity with Paramatma, which is infinite bliss, which is peace, which is without birth, death, janjat, without any limitations of Desha Kala Vastu, having reached it like the river reaches the ocean, there's no coming back to the limited life, bound life, miserable life. That's the meaning of Yasmin Gataha Nanivartanti. This we have exhaustively explained. Then how to do that Parimarganam, sir? Thousand things you will tell us? No. We'll slowly, steadily only guide you. The guidance first one is, this is the way we have to do the Parimarganam. What is the way? तमेव च आद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्तिः प्रसृता पुराणी. It's a big sentence said in the small meaning, small way. But in this only everything is included. To tell it as a summary, we have explained it yesterday, day before. Again we repeat. There are two things. One, Bhagavan. Second, the whole world which has come from Bhagavan. Okay. Now in these two, anything of the world or the whole world which has come from the Bhagavan, the one who asks for it, the one who seeks for it, he will get it, but he is samsari. Instead of asking for anything and everything coming from Bhagavan, who is asking for, seeking for only Bhagavan, not the things from Bhagavan, he is called as sadhaka, jignasu, mumukshu, spiritual seeker. That is what is mentioned here. Ki tamevacha adyam purusham prapadye. Not the Purani Prasruti which has come from him. So Adi Purusha, then Purani Prasruti which has come from him. Prasruta, Purani Pravritti. It's a technical thing. तो भगवान जिनसे सारी दुनिया निकली है, तो तमेव चाद्यम पुरुषम प्रपद्ये Yataha pravrittihi prasruta purani. You have to chant this mantra as many times you can till you get clear picture of it in your intellect unambiguous. So there are two things. One, the Lord. Second, the things which have come from the God. Anything which have come from the Lord, they are temporary, perishable. The Lord alone is permanent. So you want to recognize your identity with the permanent Paramatma and get permanent bliss. Or you want to seek and get the temporary things which have come from Paramatma and become temporarily happy, permanently miserable and struggling. Is it not like temporary happiness when you eat an ice cream? But the misery is permanent because for every temporary eating of ice cream, continuously you have to work to create that ice cream, to maintain it, to buy it, and to eat it. In samsara, permanent struggle for temporary happiness. In spirituality, once for all struggle, permanent happiness. Because you discover yourself to be not any this miserable body, miserable mind, miserable ego. I am the miseryless, limitationless, birth death changeless, प्योर कॉन्शियस तत्पद सेल्फ। मैं वो हूँ, वो अनुभव आ जाएगा तो फिर उसके बाद कोई बॉन्डेज लिमिटेशन नहीं होगा। Listen it now. I know as a youth you may not be able to grasp it, but keep in the background of mind when you reach to that 40, 50, 60 years age, that time the seeds which are sown now, they become sprouted, plants they become, give you the encouragement of buds of wanting to do spiritual sadhana. When you allow that bud of desire to sadhana blossom, you get the flower fully vikasita or the fruit of the Paramatma Prapti and Moksha. These are all not mere words. Just like you see the worldly scientific people creating so many worldly things and you are enjoying them, and that is true. So too is this Anubhuti is true, which is experienced by the millions of the Rishi Muni right from the beginning of creation. Some of them, their experiences they shared with us, they are called as Shastras. And those rishis' names we know, unknown rishis are millions. Like some Mahatmas, who are doing satsang in TV and all. Do you mean to say only they are the ones who know the Shastra? There are thousand times better people are there, unknown in the world. They don't come and claim they are in their own sadhana or their own sukshma rupena serving the world and sadhakas. In the same way, those who come in the Shastras, the Rishi Muni, they are not the only one. Unmentioned also are there millions who have experienced the truth. Therefore, need not have the doubt that there is a self. It can be recognized by establishing in that there is infinite bliss and never to come back to the limited world of suffering. ये है मीनिंग तमेव चाद्यम पुरुषम प्रपत्ति. Okay. Now to do that prapatti sharanagati to the Adi Purusha, by which we go to the Guru, we listen from him, we do the upasanas, we do the contemplation, all the sadhanas, hundreds of them. To do, we have to do to fulfill that Adi Purusha prapatti, which takes us to Tatpada. We have to be ready. We have to be prepared. Our equipments have to be fit for that. Therefore, in the fifth shloka, we are given the six or seven preparations. When they are done continuously, then our inner equipment become fitter to listen from the Guru and Shastra what is the meaning and practice of तमेव चाद्यम पुरुषम प्रपद्ये. उसका अर्थ क्या है, उसमें क्या करना है. That when we do, Tatpadam Parimargitavyam will be fulfilled in our life in discovering that Tatpada to be our own selves. Then the journey ends in reaching the destination. Therefore, these seven things become important. Once we practice these seven, then how to do that? Adya Purusha Prapatti, listening it from the Guru and Shastra is important. While doing so, reaching the Tatpada is important. So, that is why the beauty of this 15th chapter is first Samsara Vriksha is explained, in which we are caught up. Second is, other than this, there is a Tatpada, when we reach that, we become Mukta, that is introduced. Third, that is reached when you do the Parimarganam. Fourth shloka we are told, that is we reach when we do Tameva Chadyam Purusham Prapatya. That prapatti to the Adi Purusha we can do when we have the preparations, qualifications in us. Those are told now in the fifth shloka. Now the beauty is what? After telling in the fifth shloka how to prepare ourselves, and when we practice the Rama prepare, then what is said before this? How to do the prapatti to the Adi Purusha, that will be taught from the sixth shloka, in which the nature of Paramatma and the presence of Paramatma, how to recognize, they are step by step taught to us. कोई बात इस शास्त्र में, इस चैप्टर में अधूरा नहीं छोड़ा जाएगा, थरोली हमको बताया जाएगा. You may ask the question, Swamiji, what is Tatpada Parimarganam? What is the Adi Purusha Prapatti? आप तो सिर्फ बात कह के छोड़ दिए. Though we have explained it, Krishna himself will explain from sixth shloka. But to listen it, to understand it, to actually practice it, till the goal is reached, your inner personality has to be conducive for it. For that, these 6, 7 sadhanas of fifth mantra we have to do. Just like in the army, you have to run toward the enemy and shoot him. For that, you have to be so agile, swift, fast. You should be able to lift and carry that rifle and the bullets. That is why in the training camp, you are trained to be fit for that. Just like in the cricket also. Any IPL or World Cup or any series, 10-day, 15-day, 20-day, 1 day, don't they have the training camp? Everything they are trained in that camp so that they become fit to do everything required in the field. Tara hoga in one of the matches, how many catches they dropped, how many misfieldings they have done. Worst of the matches nowadays in IPL. I suggest actually to this BCCI and all, the players who drop catches, they have to be punished. They do the misfielding, they have to be punished. उनका भी पैसे सैलरी काट दो. Then they become alert. When they do the mistake, the team is losing, but no punishment is given to them. There's no punishment at all. You have to give them. Then only they will learn from it. जो जैसे दूसरे गलतियां करते हैं तो दे डू द पनिशमेंट ना, 20% ऑफ द पेमेंट इज कट, 50% और सम नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स आर गिवन. ऐसा करना चाहिए. Oh, that's not my purpose of telling. कल होगा वो भी, one day that also will come. Like thousands of changes will go on happening as the team grows on growing. You can find a same player playing 2 times also on the name of impact player. ये भी आएगा आगे आगे. Anyway, my idea is how they are trained. Everywhere. The aircraft is made airworthy. The pilot is made flying worthy. Isn't it? The train is made patri worthy. The driver is made driving worthy. Then only the driving of train happens on the patri. Without preparation, how can you? If you understand it, these 6, 7 sadhanas are the ones which create the correct atmosphere, ability, stamina to know and do tameva chadyam purusham prapadye, by which tatpada parimargana, tatpada reaching happens. Therefore, this fifth mantra becomes so important. Okay, and in this, that what do you call, asanga shastrena dhudena chitva bhi thoda thoda added hai. Today we'll chant it, 2 or 3 we'll see remaining tomorrow. Fifth shloka, please chant 4 times. Om Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Shri Krishna Param Brahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Atha Panchadashodhyayah, Purushottama Yogaha. पंचम श्लोक श्री भगवानुवाच निर्वाणमोहाजित संगदोषा अध्यात्म नित्या विनिवृत्त कामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुख दुःख संज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत् निर्वाणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसङ्घैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत् निर्माणमोहाः जितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसङ्घैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत् निर्माणमोहाः जितसङ्गदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्याः विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ताः सुखदुःखसङ्घैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत्. दिस द श्लोका वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. 6 days I will tell this to you every day. कल एक दिन हो गया, आज दूसरा, और 4 दिन पढ़ाऊंगा मैं इसी को. For me also to get it clear understand. So what are the sadhanas? Nirmana 1, Nirmoha 2, Jitasanga doshaha 3, Adhyatma nityaha 4, Vinivritta kama 5, Dandvair vimuktaha sukha dukkha sangnaihi 6, Gachanti amudaha 7. 7 sadhana. Such people Gachanti padam abhyam tat. Tat abhyam padam. Tat padam. Tat adya purusha padam. Such sadhakas will reach. One by one. First one is nirmana. Yesterday, 20 minutes, we have explained it to you. So, in this world, live. But don't have mana. Mana given to us by the people. But you don't give actuality to it. Because when you give value to the mana, you have to accept it. Then all the responsibilities, duties, then limitations, then the sukha dukkhadi related to that mana fall on our head. With that load, you cannot do tatpada parimarkanam. You can't do tadimeva chadyam purusham prapadhye. Okay? So, whatever we are given a position in the world, do it, but don't own it. Okay, na? This is the meaning. Now let me explain it with an example. Any example, don't mistake example. Okay, an example of a doctor. Easy. So you have studied a doctor medicine knowingly or unknowingly. Now you are treating the patients. Patients are happy with your treatment. You are getting the money. Your hospital is growing. It is expanded. It has got the different branches, different places. Then hundreds, thousands of patients coming, getting cured. When you live in this, you are 100% successful, but spiritually dekha jaye, samsari. But you are wanting to do the tatpada, the parimarganam, na? You want to reach the Adi Purusha. Then when you want to reach the Adi Purusha, what was said earlier? Asanga shastrena drudena chitva. Isn't it? With the sword of Asanga, you have to do the chedana of the entire samsara vruksha. Although from Vyavahara standpoint, this being a doctor and serving and growing, etc., is so beautiful and glorious, no doubt we salute all those doctors. Without them, the dukkha and the disease of people would not go. But that I'd say again, there is a mana. When I identify with that profession as a doctor, then the medicine, the hospitals, the maintenance, the treatments, then growing, all of that, will it not enter into my mind? Then without in a minute's rest, I cannot free from this profession. Then can I do the parimarganam? Then two things. Then for one, do the job of being a doctor, but spare 1 or 2 hours per day where you are not a doctor. That's called nirmana. Those 2 hours do the tatpada parimarganam. Just like from lazy, useless, liability person, we have become active, dynamic, and useful person by becoming a doctor, successful. Now, from this swadharma, we have to go to spiritual dharma, 2 hours. Then slowly increase this tatpada parimarganam, reduce this one. That is how From being a successful doctor, you start becoming being a successful spiritual person. Along with that, don't entertain a new mana, new identity. Any identity binds you to samsara. Then you can't do sadhana for spiritual identity. That's the meaning of nirmana. What is the meaning of nirmoha? Tomorrow I'll talk on that. इतना ही आज काफी है. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now let us take up Ramayanam little. Yesterday we saw up to uh, uh, Bhagavan Rama while asking Bharataji, teaching him that the first job is to take care of mother and father. Therefore, he asked yesterday, Kachchith Dasharatho Raja Kushali Satyasangaraha Rajasuya Ashwamedhanam Aharta Dharma Nishchayaha. The one who lives dharma with full firmness, the one who is the doer of so many Rajasuya Ashmed yagas and sees the welfare of the people, such a our father, the Raja Dasharatha, Satya Sangara, who lives the life of Satya, he is a Kushala and he is our father. Are you doing his seva? Kachit Shushushase Tata, Pitaram Satyavikramam. By asking questions only, Bhagavan Rama is telling why and how to serve the parents. Up to this we saw yesterday. Okay, Pita Mata ka khayal is the first dharma. Though the sub chapter is talking about Rajaneethi dharma, but to that level we go only when we finish our minimum dharmas of taking care of parents, etc. कनेक्शन देख लेना इन दोनों के बीच में. Now today he will ask a question about, is our Guru Vasishtha is taken care of by you properly along with the Guru Patni Darundhati Mata? So therefore, after the parents are taken care, the Guru Acharya has to be taken care. Let us see that shloka today. ओम आपदां वर्तारं दातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो नमाम्यहं. श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने. ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि रामायणम् अयोध्याकाण्डं शततमः सर्गः कच्चित् सर्गः दशमः श्लोकः मंत्रः. 10th mantra. See, सकच्चित् ब्राह्मणो विद्वान् धर्मनित्यो महाद्युतिः इक्ष्वाकूणाम् उपाध्यायः यथावत् तात पूज्यते. अगेन, सकश्चित् ब्राह्मणो विद्वान् धर्मनित्यो महाद्युतिः इक्ष्वाकूणाम् उपाध्यायः यथावत् तात पूज्यते. Having told 5 great qualities of sage Vasishtha, who is their Kula Guru, Ikshvaku Vamsha Guru, Bhagavan Rama asks, Tata Yathavat Pujyate, is that great, grand, glorious Guru Vasishtha ji, who is one of the Sapta Rishis, who is Brahmadeva Manasa Putra, who is our Kula Guru, is he being worshipped as he has to be worshipped and he is being worshipped right from the beginning? Because when this Kulaguru Purohita, he is worshipped and we get his blessings, tapashakti and guidance, then only our Rajya and our Praja and we can be prosperous, happy and blissful. So therefore, Guru Puja, Acharya Puja, Kulaguru Puja, Purohita Puja is the second thing after the father, mother are taken care. And who is this great Vasishthaji? He is the Brahma Manasa Putra. Atri, Bhrugu, Vasishtha, Kutsa, Gautama, Kashyapa, Angirasa, Pulasthya, Pulaha. They are all the Sapta Rishis, great Rishis. Clear? Now the 5 things about this great Vasishthaji. Om Sri Vasishtha Maharshaye Namo Namaha. Nowadays in the evening 6 o'clock class in English we are studying Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana Shastra. On 22nd Jan, when Sri Rama Mandira Purana Pratishtha happened, that day we concluded the study of Adhyatma Ramayana, started study of this Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana. In this text, Bhagavan Vasishtha Rishi ji teaches to Rama. Rama is the Lord who is the disciple there. The Guru is Vasishtha is the teacher. In 32,000 shlokas, entire Tatpada Parimargana आद्य पुरुष प्रपत्ति मोक्ष विद्या श्री राम जी को वशिष्ठ जी सिखाते. 32,000 श्लोकास. Bhagavad Gita is 700 shlokas. So 7 5s are 35. Almost 400 times or 40 times more than Gita. More 40. That much is that Yoga Vasamarayana we started studying. Sri Rama is a disciple taught by the Guru Vasishtha. That great is Vasishtha Rishi. So study रामायण महाभारत भागवत हर एक में वशिष्ठ जी का चरित्र महिमा आता है. So about that Vasishtha, Rama is saying here, asking कि I will taken care of him. Are you doing his puja every day? So first quality is Kaschith Brahmanaha. The Brahmana, Shuddha Sattva Guni. Brahmana is our Guru Vasishtha ji. Therefore, by saying Vasishtha is a Brahmana, do his puja, so every Brahmana should be worshipped. That can come as a corollary understanding. Okay, this Vasishtha is Brahmana. Second is Vidwan, highly knowledgeable. Every Vidya is in the disposal of service of Bhagwan Vasishtha ji Guru. Therefore, do you do the puja of him every day or not? That means do. By saying this, every Vidwan in the world has to be respected. That is what is taught. So, Brahmanaha Vidwan. Third one is Dharmanityaha. Vasishtha ji always lives and teaches Dharma only. Dharma ka Shakti apar hai. Therefore, by this what is told, anybody who is following Dharma नित्य रूप से they have to be worshipped. Because धर्म करने से जो शक्ति मिलती है उससे कुछ भी असंभव नहीं है पाना. So, Brahmanah, Vidwan, Dharmanityah. Fourth one, Mahadyutihi. Bhagwan Vasishtha ji, because of his tapasya, because of his Brahmagnana, Brahmanubhuti, because of his Veda, Adhyana, Veda Jnana, he is a full Dyuti. Dyuti means Prakash. Tejas, the brightness, the brilliance, the resplendence of Vasishtha ji is infinite because of his Brahmanubhuti and Shastra Jnana. Therefore, anyone who is Brahmagnani, who is in the Brahmanubhava, he is to be worshipped. Fifth one is what? Ikshvakunam Upadhyayaha. For the entire Ikshvaku Vamsha, from the Raja Ikshvaku, who is the son of Bhagwan Surya, Surya Putra Manu, Manu Maharaj के पुत्र है इक्ष्वाकु. वहां से लेकर अब तक हम सबका व्हाट इज ही वशिष्ठ जी इक्ष्वाकु उपाध्याय. उपाध्याय मीन्स उप समीप स्थित हमारे साथ रहते हुए हमको कैसे जीना, किस लिए जीना, सब कुछ सिखाते हैं. उपाध्याय मीन्स दैट वन. Upa Samipe Adhyaya means he takes us into confidence, he loves us, he goes on teaching us on the basis of Shastra how the life has to be lived. So Upadhyaya hai, Mahadyuti hai, Vidwan hai, Brahman hai, and also Dharma Nitya hai. Our Vasishtha Yathavat Pujyate is being worshipped by you as our forefathers and father has done. Are you doing or not? तो हमको भी कुलगुरु होते हैं हमारे वंश में, बट आर वी वर्शिपिंग, दैट वी हैव टू सी. सो दिस इज आवर टुडेस लर्निंग फ्रॉम रामास क्वेश्चन टू भरत. ओके, हमारे कुलगुरु गुरुओं को जो धर्मनित्य है, जो ब्राह्मण है, जो महाद्युति है, विद्वान है, वो हमारे उपाध्याय आचार्य है. वी हैव टू वर्शिप. थैंक यू. टुडे विल स्टॉप हियर. नाउ वी हैव टू लर्न कथा उपनिषद. Only one sloka I will teach you today. This is 25th sloka. Itself is double size. ओम अथ श्री कृष्णे यजुर्वेदीय कठोपनिषतो प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमा वल्ली पंचविंशतितमः श्लोकः. ओम ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्यलोके, ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्यलोके, ये कामा दुर्लभा मर्त्यलोके, ये कामाः दुर्लभाः मर्त्यलोके, सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व, सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व इमा रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः इमा रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः इमाः रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः इमा रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः न हि दृशा लम्भनीया मनुष्यैः 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 आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः नचिकेतो Maranam Manuprakshi. Nachiketa, Maranam Manuprakshi. Don't force me to tell about what happens after the Marana. Instead of that, all these things you ask, which are not available on the Bhuloka, anything, anywhere, whatever you know and want, ask. Sab kuch mai dunga. Don't ask for Brahma Vidya. Having heard this in the next shlokas, भगवान को यमराज को नचिकेता proves shows the limitations of the entire samsara and says, I don't want. That is a proof of what we are studying in Geetha. Asanga shastrena drudena chitva tata padam parimargitavyam. For these two things, this Nachiketa of Kathopanishad is the living perfect example. See, Geetha, Kathopanishad going together. Ramayana, Kathopanishad going together. How beautiful, no? ये ये कामाः दुर्लभामर्त्यलोके सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व इमा रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः न हि दृशा लम्भनीया मनुष्यैः आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः ये ये कामाः दुर्लभाः मर्त्यलोके सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व इमा रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः न हि दृशा लम्भनीया मनुष्यैः आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः ये ये कामाः दुर्लभामर्त्यलोके सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व इमा रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः न हि दृशा लम्भनीया मनुष्यैः आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः ये ये कामाः दुर्लभाः मर्त्यलोके सर्वान् कामान् छन्दतः प्रार्थयस्व इमा रामाः सरथाः सतूर्याः न हि दृशा लम्भनीया मनुष्यैः आभिर्मत्प्रत्ताभिः परिचारयस्व नचिकेतो मरणं मानुप्राक्षीः. I'm only telling you little literal meaning. If you thoroughly study them, your eyes of wisdom gets opened up. Okay? Thank you, beta. Om Durjana Sajjano Muyat, Sajjana Shantimam Niyat, Shanto Muchit Vandevya, Muktaschanya Anumochet, Astoma Sadgame, Tamasoma Jyotirgame, Murtyora Murtangvaya, Om Purnamida, Purnat Purnamudachit Purnasa Purnamada, Purnamiva Shishade Om, Shanti Shanti Shanti, Hari Om, Sri Gurubhyo, Paramashubhyo, Parabrahmane, Shruti Matri, Om Tatsat Brahma, Paramas Bol Sri, Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai, Geeta Mata ki jai, Vedavyas Bhagavan ki jai, Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai, Ramayana Mahashastra ki jai, Valmiki Bhagavan ki jai, Upanishad Mahashastra ki jai, Sri Yamaraja Nachiketa Bhagavan ki जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय आज के आनंद की जय नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय जय राम राम अम्बे अम्बे श्री आदि पराशक्ति गीता माता की जय समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक की जय समस्त युवा मंडल की जय भारत माता की जय सनातन धर्म की जय वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृति की जय अध्यात्म जीवन विधान की जय. थैंक यू बेटा. Yeah.